Every door has a key. There's a key to every situation. Behind every unopened door, there is a mystery. And the opening of this door introduces us to another in the series, The Key.
Janie!
Oh, gee, you scared me, Mama, coming in like that, so quietly.
Now, what are you doing?
Just reading, that's all.
I might have saved myself the question. When aren't you reading? But you put that paper away now and you get ready, and I won't tell you again. This is 3 times now I've called.
All right, Mama. I'll be ready in time.
Next thing you know, you'll have missed the bus and you'll have Grandma standing out there in the sun waiting to meet you. But you won't be there on time. She'll have to wait for the next bus then, and she's too old to be standing out in the sun for hours on end, just waiting for you to turn up.
I've just got to change my dress.
Well, change it. Get a move on. Grandma won't ask you over for the weekend anymore if you... Janie, don't just stand there looking at me. Now give me that paper and get your other dress. What have you been reading anyway?
Just about Beryl. How they found her.
I told you weren't to read about Beryl. You weren't to talk about her. You're too young to... Now look, if I catch you reading any more of these newspaper stories about Beryl, I'll be after you with a hairbrush.
He did some dreadful things to her, didn't he? The man who took her away.
Now stop it. Remember, another word about Beryl or any more looking at newspapers and you'll be sorry. Now I'll expect you downstairs in 5 minutes. Oh, that poor little Beryl. Such a pretty kid. Just like Janie. Oh, that poor woman seeing a child. I hope they catch that man soon and put him in the electric chair. 5 minutes, Janie. No longer. Well, let's see now. Handkerchiefs. Where are your hankies, Janie?
Underneath the other thing.
Where? I can't... Oh, yes, here they are. Socks. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, that looks all right. Now, show me where you put your money.
Here. This pocket.
Well, don't forget to keep it in that one. And keep it in the purse, too. You'll lose it otherwise.
Yes, Mama.
Good. Now, what do you tell Grandma?
Mama's sorry she couldn't come with me, Grandma, but Daddy suddenly got the flu, and I had to go to bed, and she can't leave him.
Have you said goodbye to Daddy?
Yeah, on my way downstairs.
You didn't go right into the room, did you? You just stood at the door and...
Yeah, Mama.
Yes, well, I don't want you going down with the flu as well as Daddy. He's enough to look after. Now, what else do you tell Grandma?
You'll see her next week sometime. And will she pop me on the bus about 3 Sunday afternoon so I can get home while it's still light? And will she ask the conductor to keep an eye on me?
All right. Now, you see, you keep that dress clean. You're very nice in it. And if you look after it properly, well, I'll get you another one at the end of the month.
Yes, Mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, have a good time, and don't be any trouble to Grandma.
No.
And don't forget, no talking to strangers on the bus. If anyone tries to talk to you anywhere, you tell them to go away or you'll call a policeman.
Yes, Mom. Will you come down to the bus stop with me? Please.
How many more times do I have to tell you I can't leave Daddy? Well, there's no need to be scared about going to the bus stop by yourself. Just don't talk to anyone and you'll be all right.
But, Beryl...
Now, that's enough. But anybody think you're still a baby. You remember all I've said and you won't get into any trouble.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, there's your father calling now, and I'll have to go to him. You get off then and give Grandma my love, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Yes. Sunday.
Hello, Janie. What are you doing, propping up the bus pole?
Hi, Mr. Blake. I'm just waiting for the bus. I'm going over to my grandma's for the weekend.
Oh. Well, you'll have to wait a while for that bus. I just passed it back there. It's broken down.
Oh, there'll be another one along sometime, I guess.
Where does your grandma live, honey?
Harborside, 16 Lavender Street. Do you know Lavender Street, Mr. Blake?
I sure do. Look, I tell you what. I have to go through Harborside. Hop in, I'll give you a lift. Goodness knows how long they'll take with the bus.
Oh. All right, then. Thanks.
Yeah, it's too hot to be standing there. Got your swimsuit to have a dip? There's a good pool over there on Harborside.
Yes. Grandma will be taking me down there this afternoon.
You're lucky. I wish I could go somewhere for a swim today.
Why can't you?
Got to make a long trip. Right away from the water.
Oh. Whereabouts are you going?
Beckerwood.
Beckerwood. That's where they found Beryl Garland, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe they did find her there.
What's Beckerwood like? Have you been there before?
Uh-huh. Quite a few times. It's a nice place. Quiet. Plenty of trees. Not many people around. I like Beckerwood. I think maybe I'll build a place there sometime.
I wish we could build a place somewhere. We haven't got enough money.
Oh. I hear your father's home from work, Janie.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with him?
Flu.
You don't seem very worried about it.
Ah, he'll be all right. Mama's looking after him. She runs around doing everything for him. Do you like my mother and father, Mr. Blake?
Now, that's a funny question.
Do you, though?
Yeah, of course I do. I think they're both very nice. And you know what?
What?
I think they're very lucky to have a little girl as nice as you. I wish I had a daughter like you.
You can't until you get married, can you?
No. But I hope when I do get married and have a child, it'll be a girl and she'll look as pretty as you do.
Thank you, Mr. Blake. I don't like my mother and father much.
What? Janie, what a dreadful thing to say.
Well, I do, but... Well, I bet you Mr. and Mrs. Garland love Beryl more than my mother and father love me. They loved her when she was alive, and now she isn't. They'll love her memory even more. My mother said so.
Now, Janie, your mother and father love you more than anyone else in the world. And how you could think they didn't. Still, you'll change your mind about all that in time. I guess everyone thinks they're not loved at times. Suppose I thought the same thing about my parents when I was a boy. But I was wrong. And you'll find out you're wrong, too.
Maybe. I wonder if they'd be sorry if they didn't have me. If I died.
Of course, they'd be sorry. And it's not nice to talk like that, Janie.
Oh, you have to turn here, Mr. Blake.
It's all right. I know another way. A shortcut.
But I've always gone this way before.
And it'll be an adventure for you going this new way, won't it? I always think we should make everything we do an adventure. That brings some excitement into life.
Harry, did you ring the phone people again yesterday?
Uh-huh.
What did they say this time?
Well, they'll send someone out as soon as they can.
Oh, that's what they've been saying all the week. I don't know. You pay for things and you pay a lot. Don't get any use out of them. This is exactly 1 week our phone's been out of order. Do you realize that? 7 days.
Yes, Fran.
Well, it's not good enough. People trying to get in touch with us and they can't. What's that?
Speak of the devil and up he'll come. They must have just fixed it. Well, aren't you going to answer it?
It's about time, that's all I can say. You should deduct this time it's been out of order from the account. Oh, you inconvenient. Hello?
Repairman here. Your line is back in order again now.
Thank you very much. Oh. Coming!
Someone at the front door, Fran.
Yes, I know. Mother! What are you... Where's Janie?
That's what I came over to ask you, Fran. I've been trying to raise your number, but they told me it was still out of order, so I got in a cab.
She's not with you. But She left here over 2 hours ago. The 10 o'clock bus, she was to get that.
Well, I waited at the stop until 20 minutes ago. The bus trip doesn't take any more than 25. There are plenty of them at this time of day.
But where is she? What's happened to her?
Just a minute now.
Well, what has happened? She should have been with you by 10:30 at the latest.
Fran, calm down. There's no need for such a panic. There's probably some quite simple explanation.
Tell me it then. You try to explain what could have... Oh, my... No, it couldn't have happened. Not to her.
You mustn't start thinking things...
Dear God, please, not to her. Not what happened to Beryl.
Fran, pull yourself together. This is
The police. I must ring the police. Not to my child. Not Janie.
Well, can't someone say something?
What is there to say now? Nearly 7 o'clock. No word. I can't even cry anymore. I only wish to heaven I could. These tears would ease the tension. Oh, Mother, please.
I can't bear this waiting anymore.
None of us can bear it, sorry, I didn't mean... Oh, why on earth can't they ring? Not that I think it'll be bad news when they do. It couldn't be, but if they'd just let us know something.
Why won't it be bad news? What other news could you expect now?
Nothing could happen to our kid.
Happened to Beryl Garland.
Fran.
The kid just disappeared. Much the same way as this. And when they found her...
Fran, stop it, for the love of... Oh. No, leave it to me, Fran. I'll take it. Hello?
May I speak to Mr. Langford, please?
Langford speaking.
Oh, it's the police here, sir.
You found her? You can tell us...
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'll come straight in and collect her.
I'm sorry to say this, sir, but we think it must be your child. From your description...
Well, what do you mean?
A girl has been found at Beckerwood. I'll have to ask you to come out there with me to identify the body.
Harry!
Hello? Mr. Langford? Hello?
What is it? What have they told you?
They found her at
Are you there, Mr. Langford?
Beckerwood. That's the place where...
Mr. Langford?
Yes. We have to go out there to identify the body.
Hello? Mr. Langford, would you please answer the phone?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. I'm sorry the news had to be broken to you so abruptly.
There's no chance of a mistake.
Well, judging by the report I've had from my man at Beckerwood, no, sir.
Hello, sir. Oh, Taylor. Mr. and Mrs. Langford, Mrs. Wyvern, this is Taylor. He's in charge of investigations here at Beckerwood.
How do you do?
May I speak to you for a moment, please, sir? Oh, yes, of course, Taylor. Excuse me, please, will you?
Yes.
Yes, Taylor, what is it?
Well, it seems now, sir, there's been a mistake.
What do you mean?
Well, a short time ago, a woman reported her child missing. The woman's inside now, and she's just identified the body of the girl we found as her daughter.
What?
Well, it is her kid, all right. We've enough proof of that now. So that means the Langford child is still missing.
I see. So this brings the score to 3. It's more than likely the Langford kid's around here somewhere. This is his operating ground. The way the Langford girl disappeared points to this character we're trying to hunt down. Well, anyway, I better let the Langfords know. I'll be inside in a minute to talk to the other woman.
Very well, sir.
Mrs. Langford, I have some news for you. Something you'll be very glad to hear.
What?
What sort of news?
There's been a mistake about the child, sir. I'm desperately sorry that I had to shock you so much, and then...
Do you mean the child in there isn't Jenny?
No, sir, it's some other girl. She's just been identified.
Oh, Fran.
Oh, so she's still alive. Janie's still...
We hope she's still alive. Rest assured, we'll do everything possible to find her.
You must find her for us.
Well, given half a chance, we will. Now, I suggest you let my driver take you back home.
No, I want to stay here. I want to help look for her.
There's nothing you can do, Mrs. Langford. I'll be in touch with you as soon as I have something definite. Martin here.
Excuse me, sir, but we've just been put onto something by a woman who's here with me now, Mrs. Craig. She says she saw Jane Langford getting into a car on Saturday morning about 10.
What? Can she describe the car?
Well, better than that, sir. She recognized the driver, a man called Arthur Blake. Quite well known in the Langford district. He owns a garage.
Good. Anything else?
Well, there's only one other thing. Mrs. Craig knows Blake, and he knows he goes to Beckerwood quite often. He usually leaves on a Saturday morning and stays in Beckerwood overnight, coming back on Sunday afternoon. Someone else looks after his business for the weekend.
Was he going to Beckerwood this weekend?
Well, Mrs. Craig thinks so.
Right. Circulate a description of Blake in his car and pull him in.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, you're wrong. I wouldn't hurt the kid. I wouldn't hurt any kid. For Pete's sake, won't you believe me? I'm not this maniac murderer. I'm not. You've got to believe me.
All right, Blake. We'll try it again in a minute.
You can't make me
Hold it.
admit there's something I didn't do.
You can talk again shortly.
I wouldn't hurt the kid. I wouldn't
Yes?
hurt any kid. Oh.
Uh-huh. All right, I see. Right, keep on the job. Now, Blake, giving the matter some more thought? Feel like telling the truth now?
I have been telling the truth. Everything I've said has been the truth.
I see. Then how does it fit in that your car and you were seen near the spot where we discovered the last kid you murdered?
I didn't.
That was Beckerwood Station on the phone. A party of 4 people out on a picnic saw you. They described you in detail. They saw you near the murder spot late Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock. And it was about 4 that the girl was murdered.
Well, I know where I was about 4 on Saturday afternoon, but I didn't know that was the place where the kid was murdered.
You're lying.
I swear I'm telling the truth. If she was found near the old dam, well, this is the first I've heard about
What were
it.
you doing out there?
Well, I'd had a row with my girl. I told you she lives in Beckerwood, and I'd go to see her.
Why should a row make you go out to the old dam?
I just got in my car and drove. I wanted to get away somewhere quiet to think things over. I just happened to go there.
You just happened to go there.
Well, I could have ended
sure.
up anywhere. It was just that I took the old damn road. Well, I thought things over, and I went back to my girl and apologized. Oh, look, we're going to be married. I'm going to have children of my own. How could I murder these poor little kids?
Everything points to you killing Beryl Garland, the second girl, Ann Deacon, and now Jane Langford.
I didn't. I never saw the other kids. I know Beryl, but I hadn't seen her about for ages, and then Janie...
Where is Jane Langford? What have you done with her?
I don't know where she is. I let her off at Lavender Street, Harborside, and what happened to her after...
Why didn't she go to her grandmother's then if you let her off there?
I don't know. Can't you understand? I don't know what happened to her after I let her off.
You didn't let her out of the car. You took her somewhere.
Shut up. I don't know what's happened.
Yeah. Get a doctor for him. Well, Doctor, what's the latest on Blake?
He'll be all right again shortly.
Uh-huh.
His nerves are all shot to pieces, of course. All that question.
Yes, I know. I don't like doing it, but what else can I do? I've got to find out what's happened to this kid. Yeah. What's the latest psycho report on him?
It's the same as before. The psychiatrist maintains the man is of normal, average intelligence.
Uh-huh.
Exactly the same story.
Yeah. And yet everything points so clearly to... Oh, no. Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes, of course.
No, don't go. There are a couple of other things I want to talk about.
All right.
Yes, Martin speaking. What's that again? Where? All right, I'll be right there.
What is it?
The Langford girl, she's been found down in the docks area. Come on, Doctor, you're coming with me. Oh, no. You're all right now, honey. Come on, dry your eyes. Nothing to cry about. You're safe, and I'm taking you home. That's all right. You just lie back there in the seat, and don't you worry about a thing. Well, how is she, Doctor? Everything all right?
She's all right, physically. Had a pretty bad time of it, though, with shock and so forth.
Yeah, she's cool.
You know, being out all night, scared to move in case Blake found her again.
Uh-huh. Could she stand up to a few minutes at headquarters to identify Blake?
Yes, 5 minutes won't do any harm.
All right. Hop in, then we're going back there.
Janie, you know I dropped you off at Lavender Street. You must tell them, honey. Tell them the truth. If you don't, you'll get me into dreadful trouble.
Let him come near me.
Jane!
Sit down, Blake. He won't get near you, Janie.
He said he was taking me on a shortcut. But we went past Lavender Street, right out of the dark. It was all quiet. And there was no one about. I tried to get out of the car, but he hit me.
No, Janie, you're making this up.
You did. You did hit me. You took me to the doctor. Before we were there on the quiet part, he tried to put his hands above my head.
No!
He got in there for a while. He started to scream.
Don't listen to you folks. Don't listen to them.
All right. Yes, Janie, go on.
I tried to fight him off, and somehow, after a while, I got free. I grabbed my bag and opened the door. He tried to get me again, but I got away from him and hit. I was so scared.
Okay. You don't have to tell us anymore.
The Langfords are here, sir. They're waiting outside.
I take the kid out.
Yes, sir. Come on, Janie.
All right, now, Blake, let's start again.
Oh, no.
No, I'll take it, Sergeant. Martin here. What? Uh-huh. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Okay, I'll be in touch. Now, Sergeant, go out there and tell the Langfords to wait. There's something else I want to clear up with the child.
Lieutenant Martin, I've had enough of this. You won't speak
Mrs.
to my
Langford, you
child.
can do one of two things. Stay in here and keep quiet or go outside.
I'll report you to your superior,
The same goes for you, Mr. Langford.
Well, Okay, we'll be quiet.
Well, that's better. Now, listen to me, Janie. You can stop those tears at once. No, you're a very clever little actress, but you're not putting it over anymore. You tell me the truth, or I'll order your father to wallop the daylights out of you. Tell me the truth. You lied about Mr. Blake, didn't you? Be quiet. Janie, you lied, didn't you? You were quite prepared to see Mr. Blake, an innocent man, go to the electric chair just because of your lies. Tell me. You can't lie anymore. That phone call was to say another little girl was nearly killed at Beckerwood an hour ago. The police caught the man with her. And on top of that, we just had a report that two people saw Mr. Blake drop you at Lavender Street. Saw you catch a bus that'd take you to the dock. The bus that came along a few minutes before your grandmother walked up to the bus stop. Now, you admit that's true before I...
Yes, it's true.
What? All right. Now, why did you tell all those lies? Why did you try to get this poor man into so much trouble?
They don't care about me.
Your mother and father.
They don't care anything about me. They've got more love than I've ever had. I wanted to show them. I wanted to make them sorry.
Oh, Harriet.
I can't believe...
Well, you better get her out of here. It's up to you what you do to her.
Mr. Blake, how can I say...
May I ring Beckerwood, please, Lieutenant? Carol, my girl.
Yes, of course. And my deepest apologies, Mr. Blake.
I just want to get out of here.
Take Mr. Blake into the next room, please, Sergeant.
Come with me, please, sir.
Jane, come here. We'll take her home now, Lieutenant. I'm very sorry. Fran?
Jealous kids. Taylor.
Sir?
Fix the car for me, will you? And then go to Beckerwood. As soon as I've apologized properly to Mr. Blake. That's if I ever can. A closing door finishes a story. Next week, another key will open another door to another story. Mystery, romance, or adventure.
All start when a door is unlocked by the key.